works.
Major concerns this morning about a vaccine given to teen girls. It could protect them from a type of cancer, but now parents are saying the side effects may not be worth it. Abby Boudreau with our Special Investigations Unit is here with more on this. Abby, good morning.
Good morning, Tony. So many people are so confused when it comes to the widely distributed HPV vaccine called Gardasil, which the Centers for Disease Control says helps prevent certain types of cervical cancer. But since Gardasil hit the market 2.5 years ago, there's been an alarming number of serious adverse reactions and even deaths that some say are linked to the vaccine. And as more girls come forward alleging the vaccine made them sick, the more confusion and mystery there is surrounding Gardasil and its manufacturer, Merck. Taquaria Williams doesn't get to act like a kid anymore. She's just too tired.
It kind of hurt. Just, I used to do a lot.
But Taquaria's mother says everything changed last December after her daughter received Gardasil, a vaccine that prevents 70% of cervical cancer.
She's never been sick. She's never been in a hospital. Nothing. Until the Gardasil shot.
2 months after getting the shot, Taquaria says she got a rash on her face and arms, leaving these scars. She had swelling all over, pain in her joints, and poor circulation in her fingertips. Her doctor told us she now suffers from an autoimmune disease and says it is possible the Gardasil triggered her illness, though she made it clear the cause cannot be proven. According to a federal tracking system called VAERS, there have been 9,749 adverse reactions following the vaccination, and 21 reported deaths since 2006.
I chose to get my daughter vaccinated.
But Merck, Gardasil's maker, points out these are anecdotal cases. In a statement, company officials said it, quote, does not necessarily mean that the vaccine caused or contributed to the event. An official with the Centers for Disease Control says VAERS does not provide enough information for researchers to prove whether Gardasil caused any of the reported side effects.
We want to have better data to reassure people. But again, the patterns of the number of serious events looked at in VAERS do not suggest any increase in risk.
While the CDC believes Gardasil is safe, a conservative watchdog group called Judicial Watch, which has been studying Gardasil's safety, says parents' concerns about the vaccine are valid.
So without long-term studies and without a safety test, essentially the public is being used as a large-scale public health test.
What would have happened if you would have known that this research was out there?
I would have never got it. Never. I wouldn't have never had her get the shot.
The CDC tells us it's working on a comprehensive study right now that will determine whether or not there's a pattern that links Gardasil to some of these serious side effects. That study is expected to be released in October. In the meantime, both the CDC and Merck encourage women to continue to get regular pap smears, even if they've gotten the Gardasil shot. So that's really important to know that.
And that CDC study, the results of that, really important because you want some clarity on this. Abby, let me ask you, is there any way to know at this point if the vaccine could actually trigger some kind of an illness?
Right, that's the hard question.
Yeah.
Right now, that's what they're trying to figure out. They're trying to say, okay, is there enough information in some of these reports that are being reported back to that federal tracking system to know whether or not the Gardasil actually causes these illnesses? But right now, they say they don't really know. The little girl that was in our report, I shouldn't call her a little girl, she's like a teenager, 17-year-old. Sure. Her doctor that we spoke to over the phone said, well, it's entirely possible that her illness could have been triggered by the Gardasil, but there's no way to prove it. A lot more needs to be done.
Get some clarity on this.
I know. It's frustrating. A lot of parents we've heard from. We are going to find out more in a couple of months in October when that study is released.
I think that's the word. It's frustrating right now. Abby, great report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Still to come, taking pictures.